Obviously, when you're making an EC claim, there are two claims that you can make. One is for 10 extra working days, and the other is for impaired performance.
Yeah.
If we could have a sort of distinction between the two.
There's two outcomes. It's one claim, but there are two outcomes. And when you go through the process, you can pick whether or not you would like just 10 working days to complete your work, or you want 10 working days with impaired performance, non-submission, non-attendance. We'll do the 10 working days first of all. So say you've just had a little bit of a cold and you're a little bit behind with your work, and you just think, well, I'm feeling a bit better now, but I've lost 2 or 3 days because I've not been feeling great. Chances are that you would just put in for 10 working days. Now, working days is Monday to Friday, so obviously you get more than 10 days because the weekends aren't included, but obviously you can work at the weekends. And then you must submit either before the 10 working days is up or on the 10th working day, and you would use the late submission link that students who haven't claimed EC but are just late with their work and have no reason to claim an EC would use. The other one is for up to 10 working days with impaired performance. So we'll break it down because it's in 3 sections. If you've been particularly unwell or you've got a particularly stressful situation and you think that you're really not going to be able to make the 10 working days, it's best to go for 10 working days with impaired performance. The impaired performance means if you submit within the 10 working days and you fail that assessment or that exam, what ends up happening is that when the PAB sits, and if you possibly get a mark that's well below your expected and normal performance, when your PAB for your program sits, you get a chance to be able to resubmit that piece of work without a cap. So that's the impaired performance. If you can't make the 10 working days, you're then into the non-submission component of the claim. So you don't submit within the 10 working days, you are covered by the non-submission. And again, you would have to wait for your PAB for your program to sit, and then you get a chance to be able to do that piece of work, usually in the resit periods, and you're not capped. The non-attendance is for exams or for anything that you need to be present for. And again, in my faculty, we have a lot of presentations. We have things that we call OSCE, anything where you need to be present. That would then be the non-attendance. So that's the one that will actually give you safety nets. If you think, oh, I couldn't probably make it in 10 working days, but you're not sure, then I would always say go for 10 working days with impaired performance, non-submission, non-attendance. But if you go for that, then your evidence has to prove that whatever the situation you're in has affected your performance and impaired it. Okay. So the onus on the evidence is a little bit more detailed.